All right, this was the 20th beat that I did end up being a remix for Nas's Like. And just like some of my older stuff, this was an idea I had way back where I wanted to sample some Conan because that was always a strong soundtrack, had some really cool potential, I thought, anyway, to make a beat out of. So I went into, got the soundtrack, chopped it all up, ended up, rexing some files out of some loops. These are all in the kit. And this is what I ended up doing. I ended up with a whole bunch of variations of this particular remix just because I was playing around with it and I really liked this track. And so this version A, real simple. All it was a Apple trip hop pattern that came with the Apple loops. I ended up rexing that up and pulling out some sounds in it, and then one of the Conan loops, which was the second loop, which I slowed down a little bit, but this is what that sounds like. And then this is how I ended up arranging it. And then the drums. I don't know why I didn't use any hats or anything in this one. I think what ended up happening was this was a beat I made without knowing I was going to use it for the Nas, and so when I auditioned it to the Nas track, I just left it alone. So that's in the kit, and it's not a published file, so you can go and edit it, add, change stuff up. If you use Reason, go in there and change a bunch of stuff up, man. If you make an ill beat out of it, shoot it to me so I can hear it. Version B, again, using some more Conan stuff. I used the fifth loop that I had out of there, which sounds like this, but then I slowed it down. I think I slowed it down to here. And this is how I ended up arranging it. And then with everything else. Uh, Early on when I was making beats, I was having a hard time with bass lines, and I would never even think about adding one just because I wasn't good at playing them or anything. But this probably needed a little bit more to it to have something. Uh, Using NN19s for the percussions. Uh, there's my kick, clap, and the snare. And then some hats, which I don't even think loaded up. Yeah, I don't remember where these hats were. So somewhere in one of my MPC kits, but there was that one. And then I got all the way up to looks like a version G. I had like a whole bunch of different variations of this. And so here, instead of using the Conan samples I had, I pulled a classic loop that has been used over and over again. I believe Primo was the first one to do something with that, do something right with it. I just took it just playing around, see what I could come up with. So this was the arrangement I came up with after I chopped it up. And then with all the percussion. So some kicks layered up, the same kick layered up. It was a kind of a weird crunchy punch kick. So I tried to thicken it up by putting a lower pitch in there. Probably could have been even lower, but it was already a weird kick to start with. So anyway, that was a fun remix to do. Just did a bunch of different variations of it. You can download the kit. It's got all the Conan stuff in it. So if you flip something out of the Conan beat, shoot it to me, man. I'd love to hear it. I'm at gmail.com.